Tristan with Nerdette's NewsStand, and I seriously don't know why I torture myself. I read Gabby Rivera's new comic, and if you don't know who she is, you are so lucky. She basically was the voice behind America Chavez, everybody's favorite superhero from Marvel, right? Like, stunning and brave. If you are new to the channel, or if this is your third, fourth video watching of mine, make sure you subscribe. I know you still haven't. So we could be best friends right now, but you keep choosing not to subscribe. Just do it. Also, like the video, share, check out the links in the description, all of the fun shilling I have to do, and let's look at this just wonderfully done comic. Like, I don't even know what I just read. I'm not going to actually go through the entire thing like I usually do, because I'm not going to waste your time. I want to point out a few things that are just beyond absurd. I mean, yeah, I guess knowing who she was going in kind of made me like dumb for reading it. But it's gotten to the point where you can just basically predict what an SJW is going to write. The only thing I actually didn't see in here that I expected from her was that this little girl was a lesbian. I mean, she's 15. She shouldn't know by now, but it's not in here. At least I can't see it. I don't know. That's the only thing that wasn't in here that comes from SJW writing. So we get, of course, right away, like slay queen stuff. So she says, the whole good girl thing, they tell us what to do, so we behave. Be a good girl, they say, for them. Like, she is rebelling. She is a teenager and she is going to rebel. She doesn't want to be a good girl. Pretty soon, they're going to tell her not to smile and she's going to rebel against that. Like, I can't take this seriously. I'm not sure who this was aimed at. Obviously, it wasn't aimed at me. I just torture myself. But it must have been aimed at very young freshmen and high school girls that don't read comics anyways and don't care about your politics. So, I don't know. This isn't going to sell. That's pretty much it. So basically, she wants to be free. That's the premises. What got me though was seeing this, and we're only on the second page in. It says it's basically they live in Buttercup Swamp, and Buttercup is the name of her alligator. Like, that's adorable. That is absolutely the best thing about the comic. Who wouldn't want to be like, hi, my name is Tristan, and I live in Buttercup Swamp. I have a pet alligator named Buttercup. Like, that's the cutest fucking thing ever. That's the best thing you're going to get out of this comic, because she's going to tell you about her little alligator here named Buttercup. It says, Buttercup, the best gator amigos ever, and hard femme swamp protector. So it's a female alligator. Don't you worry. You needed to know that, right? What bothers me even more is this amiga. So I don't know if you've seen lately in the news, there's been a lot of just white liberals sitting on their ivory tower telling basically Spanish people that their language has been wrong for thousands of years. Like, you can't say amigo, you can't say amiga. You have to be all-inclusive and say amiga, because that's where that X comes from. They're basically saying, like, Latinx is a gender-neutral term, which is kind of, like I said, it's an alternative. It is part, they call it, of the linguistic revolution. The linguistic revolution that aims to move beyond gender binaries and is inclusive and intersecting identities of Latin America descendants, I don't care. You know why? Because you're ridiculous. A language is okay to use for centuries, but now you're going to change it. We even seen like Elizabeth Warren come on stage and she's trying to like include Latinas, and she says Latinx. Like, come on. This is so bad. And the funny thing about it is, like, from what I found out about it, is most people, so 98% of people disagree with this. But, like I said, you have those white progressives on their ivory tower telling all the little minorities what to do. Like, quit playing, quit pandering, quit virtue signaling. This isn't cute. It's worked for long enough. Not only that, but a lot of times in Spanish, when you have like an O at the end. So if you say Latinos, that means every Latina. That doesn't just mean the men. That just doesn't mean the women. That's like me walking into a room and saying, hey guys. It means everyone. Oh wait, they came for that word too. God, I can't stand liberals sometimes. I just find this funny, like, don't include this in your comic book. Don't include this in your comic book. Don't include this in your comic book! Anyways, let's get to the meat and potatoes of this. So, actually, this next page just gets even worse. Like, how can it get worse? Trust me, it will. So, they're talking about, she's from Florida, they're talking about what happened to make this, like, post-apocalyptic, this place where she lives. It's called Gainesville. And she says 200 years ago, Mother Nature snapped. So don't worry, you're going to get your lecture about climate control. About the crisis at hand, right? She hit the world with the plague and ate the greed. The 1%, what's her appetizer? Like, oh, Jesus. And then another 60% of the population to the whole world stood still. The chaos killed millions and crushed capitalism. Oh, honey, you're chubby. You're chubby. Capitalism must still be alive somewhere because third world countries don't have fatties like you. Anyways, that system, she's talking about capitalism here, that system that let people worship money more than the earth. FYI, I know, so gross, right? Like, really? Oh, Gabby Rivera, I don't know much about, I know a little bit from America Chavez and stuff, but by this, I would say you are surely a socialist. I can't. Oh, this stuff put into comic books, especially when it's for, obviously this isn't meant for me. This isn't aimed for a woman in her 30s to read. This is aimed for somebody very young, like, high schooler. But, so you're preaching to them about how capitalism is bad, how to make sure you don't listen, and then it gets into that, like, her father tells her to basically pull her dress down and tie her shoes. And she's like so against that. Like, that's her father at 15 trying to guide her in the right direction. But it is absolutely so wrong. He makes her wear a dress. How absolutely awful. Like, I get at that age you're kind of rebelling. Like, when I was younger, my grandpa used to say I was a boy wrapped in a girl's body because I was a tomboy when I was really young. Not maybe 15, maybe like 8. But still, I get that you're rebelling. You're going to show the man who at this point is your father. But come on. Like, I can't. I can't. I know I say can't with this stuff, but it's bad. And it gets really weird. Like, basically we see the father not wanting her to go and be free. Yay. She wants to do some sort of radio show, and she does great because of course she does. It's absolutely perfect because of course it is. But it gets really weird. Like, these guys come over and talk to her father, and I don't know, like, they're saying, probably not what you thought, right? Yeah. And it says, a man deserves to be rewarded, wouldn't you say? And they're talking about, like, yeah, you want to have more than just enough. And it's creepy enough on its own. And then we get into, like, that she's walking home from this radio show. And these guys, like, talk to her. These guys that were just talking to her father. And they want her to keep a secret, and she's like, I feel kind of gross. It's all very creepy. Like, it makes me not want to read it, and it kind of makes me want to take a shower. Like, I don't like any of it. There wasn't anything good to even say. Like, I'm like, okay. I like with Batman 82, I'm like, okay, the comic was obviously very bad. The art was good. Okay, I have something to say about the art. Something good to say. Well, this art reminds me of very much like Steven Universe type art. Like, it should be on Cartoon Network. And I'm sure that's, like I said, that's who they're aiming these at. But you can't aim bad comics at kids and expect them to read that. And then on top of it, put your politically correct Latinx in it. And then put your, climate change and fuck the 1% and all of that in it. And expect them to actually take you serious, Gabby. Like, I don't know. I can't. I'm done. I will never read. I shouldn't have read this in the first place, but definitely won't be following this. Yeah. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye. And I want to give a huge shout out to my Subscribe Star and Patreons. You guys literally make this channel possible. Thank you so much, Sanjuro, Way Else One, BG Torrance, Black Knight Fool, Brucey, Grand Smear, Jeffrey Allen Carnes, Jeremy Burtz, Mike Buckner, Robert, and Timothy French. You guys are freaking amazing. Thank you so much, and make sure you like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.